everyone, welcome back to my channel or welcome to my channel. This is going to be the first episode of the Dash series wherein I talk about things that I like the most and have somehow impacted my life or are very close to me, and then I recommend you to also try those things. And for the very first episode, I am going to talk about the film that I like the most. So let's get into it. Don't know why I had to sing that. So anyway, a few days back I watched this movie Thappad by Anubhav Sinha, and Taapsee Pannu was the lead actress. So I'm guessing most of you have already watched it because everybody loved that movie, right? So I also took time and watched it. I don't really know why I was just putting it off, but I finally decided to watch that movie because it has Taapsee Pannu in it, and I know that this was supposed to be a very, very beautiful movie, but the reviews and everything. So I watched it, and the day I watched it, I could not really do anything else for the rest of the day. I watched that movie around 1 o'clock, 3-hour movie, so finished it around 4:30 because घर पे तो आराम से होता सब कुछ. So, and I took another hour after watching it to just digest what I had seen. For some of you, this may be a little extreme or a little over the board, but for me, I've never seen a movie that has had such an impact on me. I am a very emotional being. I cry in comedy movies as well. But I've never felt this ever. Basically, the movie just starts with everybody having an ice cream, enjoying life and all of that. And I'll take you through it, okay? First, I thought I'll just describe the way I liked it, but I don't think that'll do justice. So everybody is just having an ice cream, okay, on a long drive with family. Now, this chota sa introductory clip is so beautifully captured that it somehow gives like an insight to everybody's life, like every side character's story, whether it be the lawyer or her neighbor or her house help or her own parents. And over her, Taapsee Pannu. By her, Taapsee Pannu. And it's like everybody is so happy. The tone of the story is so jolly, so bright initially. It's like every other day in our lives. And then the movie actually starts, and we see how Taapsee Pannu's day starts as well. Her alarm goes off, she wakes up, goes down, makes tea for herself, goes to the terrace, waters her plants, and enjoys the scenery. Probably the only time she has for herself. So she enjoys it. Then she goes back down, checks her mother-in-law's sugar level, and then goes up, okay, wakes her husband up. The house help is also there by that time. And the husband, played by Pavel Gulati, stunning job. So he is preparing for a meeting because if everything goes right, then the family will be sent to London, and he's been working hard for it. They even have like a dream house and all of that. So she wakes him up, and he's getting late, and she carries his like things like a wallet, thermos, or even his breakfast because he's getting late, and feeds him. He's like, ek aur bite le le, sort of. That's like so cute and so true. Um, I have seen this happening around me, okay, and it's just so evident. And again, it is so beautifully captured. And like performance wise, these actors have done an amazing job. This movie made me fell in love with the art of storytelling and the power that storytelling has. Anyway, coming back to the story. So, then the way, just her neighbor as well. She has a new car, I guess a BMW, and she waves them, they wave them back. And the husband is like, ये करती क्या है हर रोज नई नई गाड़ियाँ, sort of. And Taapsee Pannu is like, मेहनत करती है. And again, when he's in the car, he just goes like, वो सारे करते हैं. Like we've heard men, even like our close friends who drive, or a family member saying that ये लड़की गाड़ियाँ क्यों चलाती है यार जब चलाना नहीं आता तो. So that sort of thing also happens, and छोटा छोटा करके, I mean, such beautiful pieces we just sprinkled everywhere for us to see, only if we have the eyes to see it. And then, but the amazing thing is, this thing happened, okay, this particular daily routine. So she's happy, living this monotonous life somehow. I mean, even for our mothers who are housewives, they also have this particular routine. And it's just amazing how Taapsee Pannu just has a smile on her face and she goes on doing the same thing every single day. And until that night, the party night. So he somehow cracked the deal and everything, and they're going to London, so there's a party, and something happens. He's worked hard for it, very hard for it, and at the last moment, again, वही politics play हो गए, and he is not being sent to London anymore, and now party चल रही है, सबको बोल रखा है कि जा रहे हैं. Now suddenly this phone call comes from his boss. Now even as a man, I understand a lot must have gone through. He must have gone through a lot of stuff, and many thoughts might have built up in his mind. And then when he goes back to the party, another senior employee says stuff to him. He gets a little more agitated, and all of that he vents out on her wife by slapping her because she's trying to take him away to, so that mahal na kharab ho, sort of. And in the heat of the moment, he just slaps her. And that slap on Taapsee Pannu's face, it's like you can see that something in her is changed. Something has happened, and the way she portrays it, so beautiful. I mean, I am a 16-year-old, 17-year-old teenager right now. And I felt so many things watching this movie. Again, थोड़ी pieces में, छोटे parts में, छोटे acts. All of these have just, like blown up on my face, like a thappad on my face as well. How they thappad ke baad se, the tone of the movie just flips from that happy, jolly movie to reality. And how, things like, she goes back to her family after all of this. The first thing her mother asks is, have you sorted out तुम्हारा घर है, तुम्हें संभालना है thing. And that made me wonder, like, in our society there's this deep rooted notion कि लड़कियां तो पराई हैं, they have to leave us someday, and then their ससुराल becomes their home. तो मतलब अगर ससुराल में जाकर लड़की को प्रॉब्लम आएगी एंड दे आर फेसिंग सम स्टफ, would you tell her that you cannot come back because it's no more your home? I mean, we spend our lives with our parents, and now all of a sudden ये तुम्हारा घर नहीं है. And not only this, we have her neighbor as well. She loved her husband and he died. But she has an equal respect for every man around her. And the way Diya Mirza just beautifully, a self-made woman enjoying her life. She's just an epitome of that. And even the lawyer, who's struggling to find her own stance, her own position in her marriage. She's a self-built lawyer, but her husband is like the Chief Justice. And how he also keeps on, passing on remarks on how is because of him or because of his own father that वो इतने बड़े मुकाम तक पहुंचे हैं and all of that. I mean, again, this movie is like a blow on everybody's faces. I mean, if you have the eye to see it, that is. I just loved watching this movie because it was so real. And I think if I go on describing it more, I'm just, ruining it for everybody who has not watched it. But I really felt something in here, deep down there. कईयों के लिए again ये सिर्फ एक थप्पड़ ही होगा, but if you really feel वो थप्पड़ ना, that is when magic will happen. All you have to do is just see the movie the way the director wants you to see. Just watch it as it is. And I'm sure if you watch each and everything the way it is supposed to be seen, you'll feel something deep too. I mean, I absolutely loved this movie. The way they've managed to give out such a beautiful meaning. I hope I become a director one day. Even I want to show such beautiful stories. Okay, but that's like about me. Anyway, so I recommend you guys to watch this movie as well, because again, I loved watching it and I recommend you to watch it. And then you can probably DM me on my Instagram or just put your comments down below, and then we'll have a discussion on how you liked it and I liked it, and then we'll do a whole fangirling moment with Taapsee Pannu's acting and all of that. But yeah, everybody's acting. Everybody's acting. I mean, each and every actor in this movie did a brilliant job. I mean, I've never seen a Bollywood movie as strong as this. I loved it. And yeah. So that is it for today, guys. And I talked a lot. So, I mean, this movie needed to be talked about. Anyway, so if you liked it, you can press that thumbs up button down there, and if you want to see more of me, you can subscribe to my channel, and I'll be there in the next video. Until then, bye bye.